Here's Video Game Sophistry. Game Sophistry. Your one-stop shop for video games, news, reviews, and time-wasting fun.
Hi, I'm Andy Borkowski from Video Game Sophistry, and here is our exclusive interview with EA Sports on their upcoming hit, FIFA 13. Now, what can players expect from FIFA?
Well, we're really excited about FIFA 13 this year. We've got 5 game-changing innovations that capture the drama and unpredictability of real-world football. And it really starts with first touch control and the player impact engine. Create a true battle for possession across the entire pitch. And then we're delivering freedom and creativity in attack with attacking intelligence, complete dribbling, and tactical free kicks.
Absolutely. Now, to start off, what is exactly the first touch control feature?
Well, first touch control is an awesome feature. I have to put that in there. Really, it's a game-changing innovation. It's as game-changing as tactical defending from last year. And essentially, it allows players to control the ball with a lot of personality. And what I mean by that is players are no longer going to control the ball with near perfect touch every single time. Now we factor in a number of contextual situations. For example, the ball trajectory, how fast your player is moving, the height of the ball, the spin of the ball. All these things factor into how your player controls the ball. So the coolest thing about this entire feature is that, it creates a bit of unpredictability and drama and battling for that possession.
We've seen people play the game using this new feature. How does it affect gameplay, specifically when you see other players use it? People who aren't designers, who are just testing the game, what did they say about that particular feature?
Well, the first thing that I notice is how it balances out the game. It really makes the game come to life and feel much more organic because the ball is its own physical entity. It's loose. It's released to physics. So when players are controlling the ball, it doesn't feel scripted. It feels natural. It's like you're watching a game on TV, which is the awesome thing about it. So really, it's a really authentic feature this year. First touch control. It just completely eliminates near perfect touch for every player, which again is extremely authentic. And obviously here we're striving for the most authentic football game possible. So again, watching people play the game, it's almost like watching a game in real life when you see a low-rated defender kind of muff the ball a little bit and get a bit of trap error, and the ball's kind of bouncing off his feet. Then you see Messi take it down. And it's a great touch, and you see these things in real life. So when watching gamers play the game, you can really appreciate how organic it feels.
It adds that extra level of immersion, you'd say.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Now, the second feature you were talking about, it had a lot to do when players are interacting. I know in FIFA 12, the engine that was used to do that created some very interesting, but also sometimes goofy mechanics when players scuffled or ran into each other. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there of FIFA players hitting, and then unfortunately one of the players flying off because it was a bigger hit. What have you done to improve this feature?
Well, so you're speaking about the player impact engine.
Yeah.
And last year was the first iteration of that engine. So we really were just laying the foundation and the groundwork for what we could do this year, which is really tune that engine and build features around that. So we're really conscious of the player impact engine in the sense that we've done a ton of work to tune the strengths and make them more believable. We've tuned the balance of the model as well. So you'll no longer see things like players catapulting off, or some of those goofy moments that you've alluded to. What you'll see now are more features that are built around player strength, ensuring that the interactions are more fluid. It's less about players colliding and bouncing off each other, more about players interacting with one another, and again, being able to battle for possession across the entire pitch. Now, because the player impact engine allows us to build features around pushing and pulling, and players utilizing their size and strength as well to kind of knock players off the ball, and really, again, it comes back to being a more organic and fluid kind of system that we're looking to build this year, that we have built this year for FIFA 13.
One of the biggest issues with any sports game is the challenging but also appropriate AI. Have you made any big changes to the AI from FIFA 12 that will make FIFA 13 even that much better?
Yeah. So for FIFA 13, we've added the attacking intelligence, and this is based on some of the top priority feedback that we received from the community. And so we built this attacking intelligence system where you'll see players, your teammates, working for you to get open. They're much more intelligent in the sense that they're able to analyze space and make intelligent runs to space. They're able to kind of work harder for you, essentially. So it really opens up the game and makes attacking much more satisfying and believable in that sense, because they are making intelligent runs.
Now, what changes have come to one of my favorite features in the game, the essentially building your ultimate team? Hopefully that's back in FIFA 13, and what have you done to improve that?
FIFA Ultimate Team is definitely back in the game. It's a great feature. There's an app coming out for FIFA,
Wow.
FIFA 13 with FIFA Ultimate Team, so that's we're really excited about that. So there's a number of game mode related features that will really add a lot to FIFA 13.
There are other brand new features that you are very proud of. We only touched on a few of them. What were the other ones you wanted to talk about?
So one of my favorite features for FIFA 13 is complete dribbling, and it's the most comprehensive and intuitive dribbling system that we have ever delivered for FIFA in general. So it involves kind of three aspects: being able to face up your opponent and attack him one-on-one, being able to protect the ball and shield the ball, to create more time on the ball, to look for more attacking options. And finally, it involves Precision 2.0, which is essentially having really quick dribble touches in and around your feet and being able to, again, control the ball with a level of detail and precision that we've not had before.
You've seen players play the game with all of these new added features. Specifically to the dribbling, what has been the general consensus from those who have gotten to play the game, who are big fans, and now see this new advanced feature at work?
Yeah, that's a great question. In watching people play the game, the feedback we've received and what's obvious off the bat is that you're able to be more dangerous in one-on-one situations. And the inspiration comes from players like, Lionel Messi, for example, who on the ball is just a terror. And so being able to kind of have that ability in FIFA 13 is a major step forward for us because, again, you're able to be creative in attacking, but also you're able to kind of spend more time on the ball. And the game is opened up a little bit with, again, some of these features like attacking intelligence where players are going on runs and working for you. So given the fact that you're able to spend more time on the ball, you're able to pick out these runs. You're able to, decide to just go alone and go one-on-one.
Play more tactically almost, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. You can play more tactically. But at the same time, if you've got a player like Lionel Messi, then you're going to be able to slice the defense up a little bit and just create opportunities that you wouldn't have had in the past.
Now, I know a big new feature this year that has kind of been whispered about and not talked about that much is for the Xbox 360 version of the game. I don't know if you can speak to this, but I know there are going to be some measures of functionality with the Kinect. What can we expect from FIFA 13 in relation to the Kinect?
Yeah, we're really excited about Kinect this year. You're going to be able to, there's a number of features that are involved with voice commands and being able to kind of control the game through just talking to it. So, there's tactics that are involved with voice commands. There's formations that are involved as well. And again, one of the big ones is being able to make substitutes by just talking to the game. So, FIFA 13 has really evolved and kind of revolutionize a few things here, and being able to kind of utilize connectability is an awesome addition.
One of the biggest issues of any sports game, and any sort of game in general, but specifically to these sports franchises that have been around, in FIFA's case, for many, many years, is it a challenge to kind of appeal to your already massive and strong fan base, but also try and make the game accessible to new fans who are just coming in? What have you done to make the game both interesting and fun for people who've played it for a dozen games and for someone who's just picking it up for the first time?
Yeah, so one of our goals always in developing FIFA is that we develop a authentic experience, and I think that's the most important thing. And so FIFA is massive, football's massive around the world, and you get people who love the sport, of all skill levels, playing the game. And so we're conscious of that, and we want people to be able to have fun with the game. And one of the things we did this year was introduced skill games. And so skill games are essentially a series of mini-type games. We're able to go in and level up essentially by starting at a bronze level and working your way up to a platinum legendary level. And there's things like working on your free kicks, for example. Free kicks are a feature in the game that requires a bit of skill to be able to score. And this year, with tactical free kicks, there's even more that you can do with being able to kind of place multiple players over the ball, utilizing dummy runs and things of that nature. So by having skill games, you'll be able to practice these things before you go into the game. You'll be able to go into a game mode where you're actually able to practice skill games at your leisure and really get familiar with all of the important gameplay mechanics. Penalty kicks is another one where you're able to kind of hone your skills. Dribbling and complete dribbling, we've introduced obviously this new feature, and so to be able to utilize it and have fun with it, we've built skill games around complete dribbling. So everything that we do in the game essentially has a skill game associated with it, so that you can better yourself and get to the level where you're competing against the best in the world.
But these added features and these skill games are not something that's required. So for people who do enjoy the game and who are at a more advanced skill level, they can just be playing around with it in actual games, correct?
Yeah, I mean, the skill games are not essential. They're not required for you to play. They do replace the kind of playing while loading. So when you're loading into a game, you are going to be presented with a skill game. So you're going to have the opportunity to kind of play around with it and experience it. But by no means are they required. If you want to get really good at the game, I would suggest that you do play these skill games, because they do allow you to kind of learn the new mechanics and learn existing mechanics that you may not have known about.
And it would still be a challenge to the players who would be considered experts, because like you said, it goes from bronze to the almost gold legendary modes, correct?
Yeah, exactly. There's levels to the skill games. They start out at bronze. They work their way up to legendary, and obviously legendary is legendary for a reason. And if you're able to kind of beat that, then you're going to be considered probably one of the better gamers in the world.
Excellent. Well, lastly, just a closing comment. Why should people pick up FIFA 13?
Well, FIFA 13, again, is delivering 5 game-changing innovations that capture the drama and unpredictability of real-world football. And if you're a football fan, if you're a FIFA fan, this is the game for you. We're creating a true battle for possession across the entire pitch with first-touch control, with the player impact engine, and we're delivering freedom and creativity in attack with attacking intelligence, complete dribbling, and tactical free kicks. So this is the game for you come September 25th.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for taking the time to talk to us. We really appreciate it. As you heard here, amazing new features for FIFA 13 you don't want to miss out.
Head to www.puresophistry.com for more.